Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this POWERADD Pro 65 watt gallium nitride multifunction charging station. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful and you want to purchase one of these, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon. And if you use that link, it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this has two AC outlets, two USB Type-C ports, and two USB-A ports. On the back here we have the specs. So max power rating is 1625 watts. And then we have the output here. So there's a little bit of a chart, and this is common with multi-chargers like this. So it splits up the max wattage between the ports. So if you're just using one of the USB Type-C ports, you have 65 watts max. If you're using one of the USB-A ports, specifically the first USB-A port, that has 30 watts max. And then the second USB-A port is 5 watts max. Now if you're using both USB-C ports, the first one is 45 watts and the second one is 20 watts max. So you can look down here through the chart and see how that works out depending on how many ports you're using. So let's get this open. So here we have a user manual. So this is going to have that same chart in there. So this does support quick charge and power delivery. You can see all the different standards it supports. So let's pull this out. So we have a hook and loop tie built into it. A little protector over plug. Let me pull that off. I'm going to get a measurement on this. So the whole thing is around 5 foot. We have a 90-degree plug here. So if you put this behind furniture, it's not going to stick out. So we have plugs on both sides here, and these look to be tamper resistant. And then on the end, we have our USB-C and USB-A ports. Now you can see the faster charging ones are orange. Something to point out is the first USB-C port is here and the first USB-A port is here. So let me plug this in so we can test it out. So I have this plugged into a power meter. It's currently drawing 0 watts with nothing plugged in, so it doesn't seem to have a phantom draw. It might be drawing some tiny amount, but it's not enough to even pick up with this. So I'll try charging my laptop with this. So this is an older laptop, but I have a cable here that supports USB power delivery. So I'll plug that in here. And here it shows we're charging. I have a little power meter here. Let me plug this in. I'll let this get settled for a second. Okay, so we can see it is charging at 20 volts at 3 amps, around 61 watts. Now I think this laptop might require 60 some watts to charge, but I'm going to plug in some other devices and we'll test it. So here I have a USB-C lightning cable. I'll plug that in down here. And I have an iPhone, I think this is a 6S, so I'll plug it in. And now it's charging. And I was correct with this laptop. It did stop charging because we went under 65. Now other laptops would probably continue to charge. Now we could also plug this into USB A2. And then I will re-plug in the laptop. And now it's charging the phone and the laptop because the USB A2 port is a slow charge port. So if you have two things you're charging and you want to get the max speed charging on your laptop, you can plug into that slower USB A port. Now I can also plug other things in. Here is a micro USB cable, and here's a flashlight. So I can plug that in, and now we're charging it. There's a red light there. And this also has those outlets on the side so we can plug other things in. Here's a computer monitor cable. And we can plug that in there. And we could plug something in on the other side also. So right now we are charging the laptop, we're charging these two devices, and we have that monitor plugged in. So that's the POWERADD Pro 65 watt gallium nitride multifunction charging station. There are many use cases for a charger like this. This could be a good travel charger. You could go to your hotel room, you plug it in, and then you can bring this up on your desk and you can plug everything into it. You can plug your laptop into it, your phone, and anything else you need to plug into it. This would also work well in an office or maybe a bedroom. You have that right angle plug you can put behind a piece of furniture, and then you can bring this out to plug everything into. Now previously you would have potentially had to get a power strip and you'd have to plug in chargers for each of these things, and it would take up a lot of room. It'd be kind of ugly. This is a much cleaner solution. But I really like that this supports power delivery, so it can directly power a laptop, and it's also gallium nitride, which makes it very efficient. I guess I hadn't looked at this yet, but it's currently drawing 73 watts, and it's very cool right now. So ambient temperature 75, and this is at 86. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.